I do want to say beforehand, my pronunciation of the words will not be the best. So, the four main types of life cycles in algae are haplontic, diplontic, diplohaplontic, and triphasic. The haplontic life cycle is also called monogenetic. In this type of life cycle, the only diploid part of the cycle is the zygote. In the diplontic life cycle of algae, only the gametes are haploid. The plant body is sporophyte, and sex organs on the sporophyte produce gametes. The predominant stage in this type of life cycle is the multicellular diploid plant body. In the diplohaplontic life cycle, the haploid and diploid stages are equally prominent. Both stages produce vegetative plants, which differ only in function and chromosome number. The triphasic life cycle of algae is unique because instead of 2 generations, there are 3 separate generations. There are 2 types of triphasic life cycles of algae: haplobinotic and diplobinotic. The fungi do not all reproduce in the same way. They either produce sexually or asexually. In general, in biology, the term sexual reproduction may have different meaning than it does not in ordinary life. The spore phase is the initial stage of the fungi life cycle. All fungi starts as haploid spores, which means they only have one copy in their genetic information. After the fungi have become mycelium, it enters the following procedure known as meiosis. During meiosis, a single cell splits into 2 cells, and that genetic material from the 2 parents gets stirred up. Most fungi can't select to reproduce asexually when in the mycelium stage. Many environmental considerations such as resource availability and wetness impacts this decision. Instead of developing and uniting with another mycelium at this stage of life cycle, the fungus produce mitospores that are identical to the parent. After that, the mitospores produce new mycelium. This mycelium can reproduce sexually if the conditions are suitable. The life cycles of plants can be broken down into 5 main stages, which are seed, germination and seeding, growing to maturity, flowering, pollinating and seeding, seed dispersion. Most of the plants start their life as a seed. The seed is buried in the ground by various methods where it germinates, and the first leaves of the plant start to appear, and it is called seeding. After that, further growth starts and plants reach maturity where it pollinates and gives seeds so that its species continue to survive by starting the life cycle again. The 4 stages of the life cycle of an animal are birth, growth, reproduction, and death. All animal species go through these stages. 2 examples that I'm comparing are animals and plants. For example, a frog and a sunflower. Despite differences in the fertilization process, the development of plant and animal embryos is similar. A plant embryo is contained within a seed, which provides the nutrients it needs to grow, while an animal embryo develops within an egg, outside the organism, or within a uterus, inside a female parent organism. Animal reproduction is often very different from plants. While plants are still fertilized by external forces like wind and animals must copulate in order to reproduce. If a viable fetus is created, the female animal gives birth to an infant, and the animals care for the offspring until it reaches maturity.